My name is Wendy Salcido, and this is a demonstration of the assistive technology device for the Wiggle Seat. What is a Wiggle Seat? So, a Wiggle Seat is an assistive technology or AT device that can support education access and adapt to the needs of students with special needs, particularly those who may struggle with attention, sensory processing, or physical comfort. Kids move to learn. When your body is moving, your brain is more engaged in learning. Kids need ample time to run, jump, climb, crash, and get dirty. When sensory needs are not met through active sensory play, the brain seeks out the movement it needs by fidgeting and wiggling. Active sitting. Active sitting options allow for subtle movements and adjustments while sitting. They're not going to replace active play experiences, but these sensory seats promote body engagement and increased focusing ability by giving your child the sensory input he or she needs. A classroom with an alternate or active seating options could include some sensory cushions on chairs, beanbags cushions, an exercise ball chair, carpet time options for squishy sensory discs, but the key here is to active sitting is to provide a just right fit for the student who needs a way to sit so they're able to actively engage and focus. The focus of the student then shifts from trying to stay still to learning something new. And I have an anecdote about this. I was teaching preschool about 10 years ago, and we had a little boy in my classroom who would not sit down for circle time or story time, but he was actively engaged in the science area until I noticed it that he was able to repeat and comprehend the story that was read to him, but he was actively engaged in the science area, but he was listening to me. So he needed that sensory and to continue to be focused. So, that's when I learned that, he was listening, but he needed to be engaged. Some of the benefits of a wiggle seat include sensory regulation. So, a wiggle seat, which is a cushioned or inflatable disc placed on a chair, allows for gentle movement and provides sensory input. The subtle rocking or wiggling motion can help students regulate their sensory needs, stay engaged, and focus better on tasks. Also, improved attention and concentration happens. Some students, including those with attention deficit disorder or hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, find it challenging to sit for long periods. The dynamic sitting provided by a wiggle seat allows for controlled movement while remaining seated. More of these benefits include enhanced comfort. A wiggle seat can provide physical comfort by reducing pressure points and discomfort associated with prolonged sitting, and also increased engagement. The gentle movement provided by the wiggle seat can make learning more engaging for students. It can provide a subtle form of physical activity, preventing students from becoming stagnant, which can lead to disengagement. The dynamic seating encourages active participation in class activities. In continuing with benefits of the wiggle seat, we also find that the students will find individualized support. Wiggle seats are adaptable and can be easily added or removed from a chair, making it a flexible AT device that can be customized to meet individual student needs. Teachers and students can decide when and how to use the wiggle seat based on the student's comfort and attention requirements. It also promotes inclusivity. By providing students with special needs access to a wiggle seat, schools promote inclusivity and ensure that every student has the opportunity to participate comfortably in a learning environment. This inclusivity helps create a more equitable and supportive educational experience. Finally, a wiggle seat can also reduce behavioral challenges in the classroom. For some students, it is difficult to stay seated, and that can lead into disruptive or challenging behaviors. The use of a wiggle seat can reduce these behaviors by offering an alternative means for students to release the excess energy and stay engaged in the learning process. I feel that this is also important to note that many teachers, we are not mindful that the student requires an assistive technology such as this wiggle seat. And we constantly keep on telling the students, sit down if they get up frequently. But having these type of devices, will help the student engage and not lose any of the learning time in the classroom. And I feel that that is a very important point to address, that it helps with reducing that behavior in the classroom. In summary, a wiggle seat is a very effective assistive technology device that supports educational access and adapts to the specific needs of students with special needs. It promotes sensory regulation, attention, comfort, and engagement while also reducing behavioral challenges. By incorporating such devices into the classroom, educators can create a more inclusive and supportive learning environment for all students. I want to thank you for your time, and I hope you learned something new as much as I did. Thank you very much.